Before I start the video, I just want to shamelessly announce that my channel now has the join button, so smash that button to gain access to early previews, screenshots, and scripts of videos, member-only streams, including level sending, custom emojis for live streams, and much more. It's cool, you should totally do it. Please. Please do it. Let's face it, there are a lot of things that can annoy you in Geometry Dash. Whether it's a bug, a mistake you made, or something straight up stupid, we all have our tiny problems with it. And that's why I've come up with a list of 100 things that annoy me in GD. I tried really hard to avoid problems caused by the community, such as bad creators and dumb comments, and instead focus on the problems I have with the main game. Ready? Let's do this. There's 248 chests in the treasure room. It's 2 off! The daily level uses the Swedish time zone just because RobTop lives there. There's a bunch of buttons that do absolutely nothing. Why does the UHD font have to be different from the rest? Leaving a vault shop drops you off in the wrong page. Why can't you search for levels with hyphens in the title? When you make a comment or profile update but it has a typo, so you delete it and then you have to wait an eternity to correct it. Sometimes the song plays before the level actually starts. The community shop is mentioned as the regular one in the icon kit. The Xbox controller buttons overlap with other stuff and it's really annoying. Some levels require always limit controls to be on and you have to go all the way to the settings and then all the way back. The Geometry Dash website has been under construction for years. Why is green with me 0 megabytes? The flame in the basement is eternal. The leaderboards are frozen and never show the right amount of stars. Let's be real, Sub-Zero should have been a meltdown update. Sometimes when you focus on the game, it plays the death sound. Some vault codes are impossible to guess and basically force you to Google it. You can't reply to a message if the sender has messages turned off. The level's upload date never loads, like I have never seen this work once. You always lose your data when you haven't saved your account for like a year. Why does this happen on mobile? With the standards for a rated level nowadays, the CP UFO is way too hard to get. There's no apostrophe when viewing a player's level. Map packs feel extremely forced due to getting the coins. Also, the ratings are super inaccurate. Like, does this look like the correct difficulty to you? Any 1.0 level is instantly considered a layout, or dear nostalgists. Why is there no boomling icon? Practice mode shouldn't count towards your normal attempt count. There's too many demon packs, and they all suck. Nobody rates levels because it does nothing. Why is the spike gauntlet not capitalized? You can never tell if the servers are down or if your Wi-Fi just sucks. Vaults are completely useless once all the codes are entered. Also, why are there 3 of them? Like, we only need 1. The icon is actually a square, not a cube. There are 3 different quests. 3. When you crash at 79% on Deadlocked. There's this weird bug on mobile that like pushes your icon forward. Also, I don't know if it's for everyone, but my wave trail is completely messed up. Sometimes red jump rings don't stop your trail. That stupid jump before the ship in electrodynamics. You can actually miss the second coin in Finger Dash, and I've done this a couple times. When people don't pause the game when they're busy and just leave their icon dying over and over again. The Theory 2 ship part, you know what I'm talking about. The third coin in Polargeist is such a pain to get. Why do you have to rebeat Gauntlet and daily levels? The character limit when typing a title, comment, or description needs to be raised. There was no ship part in this level. Master Game and other game levels just give you free orbs. Can't Let Go is missing an apostrophe. Club Step is extremely broken and probably won't be fixed. When you crash on the easiest part of a hard level. When you crash while you're showing off to a friend and you look like a total idiot. The majority of the weekly demons are unplayable on mobile because of the lag. Most gauntlets don't even fit the theme. The challenge is broken. It's broken. Why do so many map pack levels have unverified coins? Getting trolled in Club Step. It's not cool. The levels YouTubers play are a disgrace and it puts a terrible impression on the community. Gauntlet levels are impossible to sight read and basically force you to use practice mode. This missing spike in base after base. The trail in 144 Hz is broken. Why is the spider portal in the wrong section in the editor? Some triggers have missing information boxes. Why do some objects in the editor have blue backgrounds? Why can't this block just be black? Moving to a target only works for one object. The count trigger display doesn't follow the level's selected font. Snap rotation only works on solid slopes. Sometimes the editor freezes and the only thing you could do is playtest, so you have to like pause the game and quit off and go back on and everything, and it sucks. Custom objects can't be made up of more than 100 objects. There's no preview window when adjusting the HSV of a color, so it's basically just throwing darts. Some levels require a password to copy, but give it in the description. Like, there's literally an option to just copy it for free. I wish pickup triggers could be set to a specific value. Right now you can only add or subtract. Unlike all other triggers, shake triggers can only be used once. When you sync your data back and forth, you get a million copies of the same level. Some editor details are impossible to differentiate from one another. Requesting a level rating does nothing. It's entirely up to the moderators. When you scale an object, it gets super blurry. Speed portals can't move on the x-axis. When using the rotate trigger, you have to quit off the level and go back on for it to actually work. The instant count trigger display is broken. When you follow the player's Y with a move trigger, it eventually desyncs. Some levels are messed up on wider screens. You can't unrequest a rating. If you click on a negative number in a trigger, it just fully deletes it. Like, what's up with that? You can't reset the percentage on an editor level. Why is there no single color ground? Like, we need that. You can't customize the screen boundaries of a start position, and it makes testing impossible. There's so many pages on the first editor tab that it goes off the screen. You can set orbs to multi-trigger, but not pads or portals. The editor always crashes when you haven't saved for like 2 hours. For some reason on Android, you can only type 4-digit numbers as opposed to 5 on every other version. Also, you can only type up to 1 decimal place, meaning you have to use this stupid slider! Why can you only type 20 letters with the text object? That's nothing! I can never tell which one's ground 1 and which one's ground 2. Some copied levels lead to nothing or itself. Small levels are auto-deleted from the server. Let's face it, the developer's lazy, updates take too long, and the game is pretty much dead. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video because it took ages to make. Like, I was sitting down brainstorming these things for weeks. If there's anything worth mentioning, leave it down in the comments below. I'll probably read them at some point. Smash that join button for free V-Bucks.